Mom always said I was a colicky child. I don't remember. I just know that since I was born, I've been kind of uncomfortable here. I know I don't fit. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to fit. Catholic Church is a big help. Midnight Mass in St. Patrick's Cathedral, Bellows Falls, Vermont, my birthplace, just over the New Hampshire state line from Walpole, where we live. Vatican II has been passed by a bunch of grown men who think it's normal to all wear the same scarlet robes and weird hats, and no girls allowed in over there at Vatican City. And what the hell do they do behind all those walls anyway? But they did something. And suddenly, the rote Latin my sister and I, little brother and mom, have droned our learned responses to for like 10 years in my case, is in English. The whole damn mass is in English. Whoa. The old man in the pulpit with the interchangeable green, purple, blue, or red robes, I guess expressing his various fashion whims each Sunday, has been pounding into us for years. The metallic purple is my favorite. We sit in our usual pew order, Mark on mom's right, Karen next to mom, and me beside Karen. In the middle of a stretch of Lord have mercies and Christ have mercies, I casually rip off the top of my right thumbnail just down to the point of not bleeding. We have been kneeling for like another eternity. I lean toward my sister and extend my newly denuded thumb right under her chin. She glances down. Baldy, I whisper with glee. We stop breathing, we bite our cheeks, and shake so hard with repressed gales of giggles and the desire to screech out loud. The kneeler and the entire pew is quaking. We are dying at the hilarity of it all, stupid and silly as it is. Tears roll down my face, and hers is completely scrunched up in bright red. The priest, booming on, I am the worm. First time not in Latin. I am the worm. I buckle forward, grabbing my sister's thigh. She convulses, and a small shriek escapes her lips. Our faces are contorted beyond recognition. We are going to explode. He won't stop, echoing through the vaulted ceiling. There will be retribution, Agnus Dei, holy, holy, holy Lamb of God, take away the sins of the world. Have inherited original sin. I tell a pretty good combo of original sins every week or so, mostly venial, so forgivable, but I flirt with tossing in a mortal one every now and then just to keep the priest on his toes and get the hell out of the claustrophobic confessional. This week, I'm going to try out coveting thy neighbor's wife. I have no idea what that means, but it ought to jolt Father Kelly out of his confession. 5 Hail Marys and 6 acts of contrition are my get out of jail free cards this week. Hallelujah. My sister and I continue to shake uncontrollably. Mom shoots a dark look to her left, followed by a sharp, quick pain in my wrist where her pinch mark is left. I skulk back into my seat following communion and force down the tasteless, disgusting wafer. Great. It's stuck halfway down my throat. Predictable. I stifle a small smile at Karen. Laughing in church is endlessly entertaining. Church is the best place to laugh because the rule is you can't. There's nothing funny about Catholic Church. Jesus Christ. We trudge through the parking lot in the snow and get into the old gray Pontiac. Mom's jaw is set. I'm a dead man walking. So worth it. Catholic Church has me well trained in defiance. In a picture of my first communion, I look completely dorky in my puffy white dress with a stupid headband, crown, and veil. At least I'm smiling. Good Lord, why? And the CC loves weird rites of passage. I'm guessing those guys in their red robes dream them up while they fantasize about being the next pope. I'm 13 now. It's time for confirmation. Have they been unaware of me? It's a magical time for me and mom. We cannot be alone in the same room together for more than 5 minutes before I storm off. We don't yell at each other, we freeze each other out. Ours is an epic Cold War happening right on Web-Handed Drive, Wells Beach, Maine. She's adamant, though, I will be confirmed. God. I'm not sure if mom really buys all this Catholic stuff or if it is just so rotely ingrained in her French upbringing that she doesn't want to upset the apple cart or take any bad apples. Every woman on earth knows Eve was framed. Packed like sardines with legs in the wooden pews of the raised choir section of St. Mary's Church in Wells Beach. The nun in charge of our big transition is leading us through the requirements for confirmation in weekly class. You must choose a new name, a saint's name. You gotta be kidding. I don't know any saints. I'm pretty sure beatification isn't in my future either. She drills a hole in me with her eyes. Okay. The big star saints get listed in mass every Sunday. Ignatius. I always liked that name. The nun frowns deeply at me. You will be Marie. What the hell? Why can't I be Ignatius? I hate this woman. What a control freak. I found out years later that Ignatius was a male saint. Who knew? Ignatius is a kick-ass girl's name. I wasn't even trying to piss off that nun, but in my ignorance did anyway. Good job. There's a picture of mom and me from this day standing in front of the church. I'm in my long white robe with a red collar, my sun-streaked blonde and untrimmed hair painfully tamed at last. I haven't brushed it for like 10 years. Blowing slightly in the breeze. Looking at the camera, I positively glower. Mom looks like she's on death row. Like I said, it was magical. I do have a spiritual life, kind of. I mean, I feel like there's something like love that is the one true thing, and we all just become one with the universe when we die, or at least that would be nice. Sometimes I get a lump in my throat when I think about the concept of infinity. It drives me near madness if I dwell on it. I try not to dwell on it. But an old white guy up in the sky who welcomes us into his hippie garden forever, as long as we don't act like assholes and make sure to say he's the one. And plus, he sent his only son, not a daughter, they don't count in the CC, to die for us so we can lounge in his gated community ever after. Hard for me to swallow. Sometimes when the world seems so dark and mean and full of horrors, I lie awake and I think this thing. I could be a better God than you. I get so mad at a God who would create a world with so much pain for all living creatures that I want to scream. Or if we're supposed to come here to learn some crazy eternal lesson that we contracted to learn before we got here, and then he, she, it makes it so we don't remember the contract and are just set up for failure, that sucks too. I call foul. I can make up a better world than this. I get it. It's got all this beauty and whatnot, but only with unimaginable pain and suffering guaranteed. And at the end, you get to die. Are you seriously serious? What kind of twisted plan is this? Hello? God? God. Pretty sure whenever I think this, I am doomed to hell for all eternity. They're already at work on another circle. I see myself sliding reluctantly down an imagined steel silo, the neon abandon all hope sign blinking its caution at the bottom, with my arms and legs splayed and skidding, squeaking against the sleek sides while looking up the whole time and screaming, and another thing! I can also see the bolt of lightning shooting out of a cloud, killing me instantly when I think this. Guess the fact that hasn't happened yet is a freaking miracle. If I'm wrong, God, just hand me a couple more Our Fathers and we'll call it good. Okay. One of these days, I'm going to dare to be who I really am. I'm going to fit.
Mm.